Welcome to the next installment in my video lecture series in economics. And in this particular video lecture, we're going to be taking a look at calculating elasticity. As always, I try to give appropriate attribution to any information I provide in quotes. So this is the textbook that I use whenever I'm quoting sources for these particular video lectures. One way we can calculate elasticity is calculating the percentage change in quantity demanded relative to the percentage change in the price. And the way that you do this is that you will be given information on here's the original price and quantity, and here is the new price and quantity. And using that information, you'll be calculating the percentage change. And the way that you do that is, for example, if you're looking for the percentage change in quantity demanded, you take the new quantity after the price change and subtract the original quantity and divide by the original quantity and multiply that by 100. That gives you the percentage change in quantity demanded. For the percentage change in price, same process, except we're looking at price. So you look at the new price after the price change, subtract the original price and divide by the original price and multiply that by 100. So to give you an example, let's say the quantity of beer decreases, the quantity demanded of beer decreases from 100 to 80 cases when the price increases from $30 to $33. So there is the formula we're going to use to calculate the percent change in quantity demanded. So we just insert the information that we have about the original quantity and the new quantity. All right, so Q2 is the new quantity after the price change. That is equal to 80. And the original quantity is equal to 100. So we insert that information and we calculate that out. And we see that the percent change in quantity demanded is a decrease of 20%. We do the same thing for the percent change in the price. So we insert the new price, which is 33. We subtract off the original price and divide by the original price. And that gives us a percent change of a 10% increase in the price. So we just take the percent change in quantity demanded divided by the percent change in the price. So we have negative 20% minus 10%. That gives us negative 2. So the price elasticity of demand is equal to negative 2. That tells me that for a 1% increase or a 1% change in the price, we would expect a 2% change in quantity demanded. Now, there is an issue with this because if we change the direction of the price change, there's a shortcoming with this particular calculation by doing the percent changes in the price and the quantity, and I want to illustrate that to you. So all I did here was change the direction of the change in the price. Before, we were raising the price from 30 to 33. Now we're decreasing the price from 33 to 30, and the quantity demanded is increasing from 80 to 100. And we're going to calculate the price elasticity using that same method, and you'll see why there's an issue associated with this. So we go through the same process. All right. Q2 is now equal to 100. Q1 is equal to 80. And when we calculate that out, we see that that is an increase of 25%. We do the same for the percent change in the price. So the new price is equal to 30. The original price is equal to 33. And when we calculate that out, that gives us a negative 9.1% change in the price. So when we calculate that out, we get that the price elasticity of demand is equal to negative 2.74. All right. So the price elasticity of demand is negative 7.24. Now, taking a look at the slide, you'll see here that the elasticity calculation is dependent upon the direction of the change. Let's say we were going from the original point A to the new point B. We get a price elasticity of demand of negative 2, but when we go from B to A on the demand curve, we get a price elasticity of demand of negative 2.74. So make sure you realize that using this method it's a limited method. If you change the direction of going from A to B and B to A, you get different price elasticities of demand. So be aware of that if you're asked a question to do this, you might be asked to do a calculation based on the percent change method. Realize that there is a shortcoming to that. It's dependent upon which direction you're going to. You're going from A to B or B to A, and that should not be the case. So realize that you'll be asked to calculate using this method, but you'll also be asked, is there any issues with this method? And realize that it is dependent upon the shift where you're moving from A to B or B to A. You'll get different answers. So there's a shortcoming to this method. Now, to get around with this, we can use the point elasticity method, and that's a measure of elasticity that uses the slope measurement. So that is the formula for point elasticity. It's the change in Q over the change in P multiplied by the price, the original price, divided by the original quantity. So we can use that original information we talked about with the change in the price of demand. So the quantity demanded of beer decreases from 100 to 80 cases when the price increases from $30 to $33. So the change in the quantity is negative 20. We are going from 100 to 80. So 100 minus 80, 80 minus 100 gives us negative 20. And the price increases by 3, so we're dividing by 3. The original price is equal to 30, and the original quantity is equal to 100. And when we multiply that through, we get negative 2 as the price elasticity of demand. So make sure you realize that you'll be asked for two different methods. You might be asked to use the percent change method. You might be asked to use the point elasticity method. So make sure you remember there are two different methods and realize that this point elasticity method does not suffer from the issue I talked about with the percent change method. You're calculating it at a point where the percent change method, you're calculating it over a range from the points A and point B. So make sure you're aware of that, the shortcomings of the percentage change method in calculating price elasticity, what that issue is, and also how to calculate via the point elasticity method, and make sure you're aware that how that corrects for the shortcoming of the percent change method.